hosting us and having us. So we're the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, Camp 25 here in Worcester. Named for Willie Grout, so his uniform actually is over here. This has been a long process for us to get our charter from the 1800s refurbished and fixed up. We learned a lot along the way, and with the help of a lot of people, we're able to get it refurbished and framed and everything. It will be on here in display. And following Jim Penzino as a senior vice commander, he'll be doing some words about our process and a little bit about the charter. And then George Maple here will be doing a little bit about Willie Grout.
Great. I promise this will be brief. Good morning. So we're gathered today to present the loan and display the conserved original 1897 charter of the Willie Grout Camp 25 of the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War. Camp 25 was originally founded in 1894 to aid the Civil War veterans of General George Ward Post 10 of the Grand Army of the Republic here in Worcester. The GAR was the largest and longest-lasting Civil War veterans organization, and Camp 25 is the oldest operating veterans support organization in the city. Originally established in 1894, that charter was destroyed in a fire and replaced with the charter that you see here today. Willie Grout Camp 25 operated alongside Post 10 for many years and continued to support the memory of the boys in blue after Post 10 ceased to operate. And we continue to support their memory in gravestone cleanings, yearly memorial services at Hope and rural cemeteries. And we are beginning the research and acquisition of gravestones for unmarked Civil War veteran graves at Hope Cemetery. Some years ago, the charter was put into storage, and with the help of several members, it was returned to our possession in 2017. The charter had suffered over the years and required serious conservation efforts. Camp 25 set about fundraising, first from our own members, then a grant from the Department of Massachusetts of the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, and finally a generous grant from the State Historical Records Advisory Board. We brought the charter to the Northeast Document Conservation Center in Andover, and the NEDCC waited patiently for several years while we completed our fundraising. The most interesting thing they found is that where we thought we had sent them one single copy of the charter, they found there were actually two copies basically fused together. One was the charter you see here today, dated 1897, and marked by the hand signatures of the founding members of the camp, the logo of the Sons of Veterans. The other was a copy of the charter made in a later style, which bears the current name of the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, and that paper bears a watermark of 1929. With both charters secured and conserved, Camp 25 decided the best thing to see was to see that this original document was on display here in Worcester. And after some months of discussion, an agreement was reached, and we are proud to see our charter on display here with the other significant artifacts of Worcester's Civil War history. Camp 25 would like to thank its members that contributed to the Restoration Fund, the Department of Massachusetts Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, and the State Historical Records Advisory Board for their generous grants. We also want to thank the Northeast Document Conservation Center for the conservation of both charters and the archival framing of the original charter. And finally, we want to thank Bill Wallace and the Worcester Historical Museum for agreeing to the loan of our charter for display to the people of the city of Worcester. Thank you.
One member we definitely want to thank, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, is John Dupre, our Secretary-Treasurer. He's kind of taken this on as his mission for the last couple of years. It's kind of sad he can't be here, but we just want to make sure to thank him as well.
So I want to go a little bit about why we picked today to have this ceremony. Back in 1861, on this date, Willie Grout was mustered into the 15th Massachusetts as a second lieutenant at the young age of 17. His 18th birthday wasn't until July 25th. He's considered the first Worcester resident to die in the Civil War, Battle of Ball's Bluff. We think he's deserving of a Medal of Honor for how he died. If you're not familiar with the Battle of Ball's Bluff, the 15th Mass took part in what was supposed to just be just checking out the other shore, seeing where the Confederates were. They didn't have enough boats for one trip across the river. It took several trips, and there were other regiments involved. They ran into and ended up being a pretty good sized battle. We were chased away, and Willie was taking wounded soldiers back across the river. He got the first boatload across, went back again, and was killed on the way back with more. Fell into the river. They found his body a few weeks later, and he's buried in Rural Cemetery. Actually, right by General Ward, who Post 10 was named after, and he died at Gettysburg.
Thanks, George.
That concludes our ceremony today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brief, we said.
Other than for us to thank you
Yes.
for the privilege of exhibiting this,
Well, we
and for your good care of it. We understand what conservation costs, so we respect that effort significantly.